Hello and welcome to One Man's Opinion, where I review professional theater across Connecticut, national tours, and Broadway. Today I'll be discussing Someone Else's House, written and starring Jared Mezzocchi and directed by Margot Bordelon, making its East Coast debut at TheaterWorks Hartford through October 31st.
My name is Jared Mezzocchi, and tonight I'm here to tell you a true story.
And we had 2 weeks to get out and find another house. And I looked at it and I went, "You gotta be kidding me. There's no way I want to go here."
Now, throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, TheaterWorks Hartford has been in the forefront of creating and collaborating with artists to create new and innovative theater to keep the arts alive in a time when going to the theater seemed impossible. And in what may hopefully be their swan song to the pandemic world, they present a chilling, mesmerizing world of virtual theater that will, at least until the last 5 minutes, enrapture and thrill you. Originally produced at Geffen Playhouse in Los Angeles in May, Someone Else's House follows the true story of the Johnson household in Enfield, New Hampshire, and I use true loosely. Jared speaks to the audience through a virtual meeting app, live streamed to us either at home or for those intrepid theatergoers at the TheaterWorks Hartford Theater at 233 Pearl Street in Hartford. And if you're a fan of documentary-style horror films, like the Paranormal Activity franchise, you will almost guaranteed love the show. And it's interesting because that is exactly not what I was expecting Someone Else's House to be. I generally try not to over-inform myself about a show before seeing it, so I don't lose the surprise factor of it. And before the show begins, the audience, or at least most of the audience, I'm not sure if last-minute streaming ticket buyers will be able to get these, will receive packets with details to be discussed during the show. I won't spoil what's all in it, but it all adds to the interactive nature. And I knew the show was going to be a ghost story of some kind, but was it going to be more magical, using mentalism, like Darren Brown? But I wasn't sure. Well, anyways, that's not the case here. Jared tells the tale of when his family, before he was born, moved to this quiet little hamlet of Enfield, New Hampshire, and settled into a colonial home that had been passed down for generations of Johnsons, and how within a very short period of time, his family was scared out of the house by the spirits that haunt the property. Now, let's be realistic here. How much of this is true, I couldn't tell you. I'm a skeptic when it comes to, quote, real ghost stories, but after some cursory research, I can confirm he definitely did a lot of research. So credit to him for doing a lot of digging into the history of the family, using presumably real photographs of the family and intercutting them with stories of his family as told by him, including audio clips from his mother. But regardless of how fictionalized or real Someone Else's House is, Jared's story and the dramatic elements that come with the show, which I won't spoil here, are engaging and progressively get spookier. Jared involves the audience several times through the performance. Since he presents it remotely, even at a theater, you're watching it on a large screen. If you prefer being involved, I recommend streaming from home to watch it. Granted, I have a suspicion that at least one of the people called in the show is a plant. But if you want a more communal experience, sitting in a theater is definitely the way to go. But if you watch it via Zoom, you can also watch the reactions of everybody else that's watching the show, which is kind of funny also. What's great about the concept is that you get to choose how scary you want your experience to be. Like I said, you can watch it in a communal experience with people at the theater, or you can turn off all your lights at home, light a candle, or you can just watch it with the lights on if you're a bit more timid. Again, this is why TheaterWorks Hartford is at the forefront of innovative theater. Sure, Someone Else's House didn't start here, but they saw its value and have taken the risk, and I applaud them for it. Now, on the downside, sometimes Jared can get a little monotone, but I accept that as part of the effect for creating tension, and as much as I enjoyed the eerie tension that builds throughout the performance, The ending is a bit of a letdown for me. Maybe it's my desensitization to horror stories and films, but like I said at the top of the show, the last 5 minutes is a tad disappointing. I think he goes a touch too far with the finale and could have pulled back a bit. But for the first 65 minutes, Someone Else's House is a terrific tension-building thriller. I just wish they stuck the landing a little bit better. So, it's Halloween season. If you're looking for something spooky to watch, definitely go to TheaterWorks website and check out Someone Else's House. Bring some friends. Have a good time. It's Halloween. See something spooky and see something new and spooky, and that is exactly what this is. And have a great time. So this is one man's opinion on Someone Else's House, running through October 31st, Halloween. I'll leave a link in the description for tickets and screening information. So be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My next review will be the much delayed review of Lackawanna Blues on Broadway. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you at the theater.